Hello guys, this is Rage Against the Dice and we are here to shill out and sell you stuff. No, we're not. Today we are doing a product review, however, it's not a one we're paid to do or anything like that, so all the opinions, either good or bad, are from my own warped and twisted mind. It's Kevin here, not Alan, you can tell because coherent. And yeah, let's jump right into it. So, Ramshackle Games do a number of things and they're based out of Nottingham, which is in England, obviously of Robin Hood fame, also of Games Workshop and Warlord Games fame. Somewhat the mecca of wargaming, if you will. And they do a number of different accessory packs and things like that for different games, but we're looking specifically at the Gaslands ones, because these are an official friend of Gaslands, which sounds like a cult. It might be a cult, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look into that one for you. We've got two different products here on the table. We have a bikes pack, and we have an accessories pack. Now, the accessory pack comes with rams, armour, guns, and drivers for your cars. And they fit into most 20mm cars, which is Matchbox, Hot Wheels, Boom. Other manufacturers also make cool cars. And then we have the bike pack. Now, the bike pack I have here was 15 bikes for £10, I believe. And the accessory pack is £20. But they do the rams and the upgrades as a separate pack. I think it's 12. If any of the prices that I've said are inaccurate, I'll pop them on the screen separately so it's been amended. Now, the bike pack, as I said, the one I got was 15 bikes for £10. And that's just a random assortment of bikes. They basically just pick 15 random bikes that they've got spare, and they package them all up and they hoik them out to you. In fact, with this one, I think I got 18 in total. And then they do another bike pack, which is £15 for 10 bikes. So you get less bikes, but you get one of each, so you're going to have no duplicates. So they're both good for different reasons. And that's something we're going to cover when we look at the pros and cons. Now, as I said, if you want to look at these or any of the other product that Ramshackle Games do, I will put their link in the description below. If this is the first time that you have come to our channel and you're here because of Gaslands or because of Ramshackle Games specifically, check out some of our other content. We do cover Gaslands and many other things. And then maybe think about giving us a like and a subscribe. You know, make you feel good, make me feel good. Everybody's happy. So, yeah. First, I'm going to go with the cons, because it's always better to get those out of the way, and then the rest of the video is just me metaphorically polishing sword, as it were. And saying how great everything is. So, negative-wise, the bikes themselves are a little bit small. Now, they are 20mm scale, and you can get away with using them with most cars, but they are undoubtedly and very noticeably smaller in size when you compare them to other bikes from other companies, say WordPress Games or a number of other ones. I know there's a lot of people using the Sons of Anarchy box set, which you can pick up on Amazon for about £15, including delivery. And that gives you a shed load of bikes as well, some people on foot to use as zombies. You're welcome if you go and buy it. But yeah, so the bikes are a little bit small. Now, as I said, this is nothing that particularly worries me. They're still somewhat in scale, and you could just say that, you know, people are different size. Like, I'm a dwarf person, Alan's semi-tall, and then a couple of my other friends are giants. You know, there's a big scale there, difference-wise. So I think you can get away with it. Now, the other main problem that I have with Ramshackle in general is the length of time that it takes to come. Now, to be fair, I grew up in an age where you had to mail order stuff from Games Workshop with their mail order thing, and it could take anything up to 28 days. And I used to be fine with that because I was a kid, and that was just the way things were done. Now, with Amazon and all the websites offering like next day, same day delivery, it can be delivered by a drone who's carrying a pigeon within 7 minutes of you placing an order, kind of thing. 3 weeks for it seems like a very long time. And they're not very good on the getting back to you. However, and I didn't read this on the website, so my own fault, and I've noticed a lot of people also having similar issues, obviously haven't read it on their website. It does state on the website, and not in fine print, it's just there in normal writing, that it can take anything up to like 2 to 3 weeks for them to cast the models, because I'm assuming it's just a guy who does it either as a hobby or he's just started it as a business. But he has to cast all this stuff up by himself. And it does say on the website that it can be 2 to 3 weeks or something like that. You can check it out for yourself when you're on the website looking at their products. So it's not really that it's a problem or that it's just some big secret. It's just the fact that I didn't read it, and I've noticed a lot of other people didn't read it. But if you contact them, they do take a while to get back to you. So that's maybe something they could improve on. Now, let's get to the good, because there's a lot of good. From the very reasonable price of the bikes, the 2 different sets, to the variety of things you get. As you can see here, there's a big stack of guys, and I think there's about 19 guys, of which 4 or 5 of them have steering wheels, and the rest have guns of varying persuasions, which I think is really cool. And it means that you can take those, those cars which, don't have a roof, convertible type cars, and you can make something special with them. It means you can also add a bit of extras to your buggies and to some of your other cars, because you've got ones that look like people are hanging out the car and stuff like that. So that's really, really cool. In terms of the rams, I like the fact that you get a couple of different types. I would have actually liked 2 of those and maybe one of the snowplow one. But the snowplow one makes more sense because they probably had those lying around more readily available, either snowplows or cutting into a pipe and that kind of thing. So I get it. And then the bikes, as I said, they come in different styles. You've got ones where it's one person on a bike with another person sat on the back. There's some that have sidecars. There's some that have guns on. There's some that don't have guns on. So you get a lot of variety, and you actually get one bike with no rider on. Now, I'm sure one of those guys here, because there are some with legs, I think, would probably fit on there quite nicely. But if not, you've got one as a piece of scenery, or if you wanted to have like a crashed bike or something like that. So you've got a lot of scope here. All in all, I think what you get is very reasonable. You get a lot of guns, you get a decent amount of armour, and you get 3 ploughs. I would say, realistically, you get enough stuff to kit out 5 cars-ish. Obviously, there's some extra bits, so you get, to pimp up even more. But I would say to fully go all out, you've probably got enough stuff to do 3 to 5 cars. Only 3, obviously, if you want rams on them. But one thing that I did notice, and this is a little extra, and I'm giving this to you guys for free. So if you hadn't already subscribed, you might think, this guy's giving us stuff for free. Not that we charge you to watch our channel any. Never mind, moving on. Subscribe to us. All of this bag of, as you can clearly see, is just bits of resin. All just came off what is sat in front of you right now. And as you can see, there's more of it to come. No, I think that's got a couple on some of the guns and things like that. But for the most part, that big bag, it's all sturdy stuff. It's all different shapes. That's going to make a really good extra armor plating. Which basically I got for free. It just came with it. And there's a big bag of it. I can use it for scenery if I want to make scrap yards and things like that. But I'll give you a quick, how's your father, as it were. So, boom. Look at that. Extra bit of armor plating there. Absolutely no effort. And there's just a big stack of it. Now, that's not to say if you ordered, both sets, you're going to get as much. You might get more. But it's nice. It's got a little, some companies would hock all that off and recast it so that whoever gets the next lot of bikes is getting a slightly weaker resin. But these guys, no, it's all there with it. And you think, oh, well, that's going to be extra cleaning up, isn't it? But not really. It just snaps off quite easy. We're in this kind of modern age where models don't need as much cleaning because of like Games Workshop's models and things like that. And I think we're getting lazy. So get your craft knife and put it to good use. Just remember it's resin and you will need to wash it. And you'll also need to make sure you don't eat it or breathe it in or anything like that. But as long as you got that, you're sorted. Now, let's take a look at the models specifically. First thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the rams. Because I think the rams are really cool. Look at the amount of detail on that. You've got the rivets. You've got the bullet damage. You've got the 2 little bits that are going to hook on. It's a nice little ram. And then, obviously, the other one's exactly the same. That, I think, could have been better. I think you could have got 2 slightly different looking rams. Maybe identical in shape and stuff, but maybe where the bullet holes are. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. And then you get this ram, which, as I said, is my favourite ram. And if I was to take this car here, which as you can see, is just a bit bad. You stick that on the front. Already, that's a much different car. Obviously, it's not glued, so if I try to move it. But yeah, so it's really, really cool. And then you get these bits, which are these different armor platings. You get some windowy bits. You get one for either side as well. You get like a front grille bit, so that can be an extra ram, actually. I never really thought about that. You get some little bits there. You get all these different people. We won't really look... There's a couple I want to show you because I think they're really, really cool. I'm trying to keep my videos a bit shorter, but look at that guy. That guy is awesome. Whoa. What a jeebus was that with my fingers. And this guy, these are just my two favourite ones. Like, look at him. He's just like, ah! I'm gonna crash! And I think that's really, really cool. Then you guys have said a lot of different guns. You get, like, machine gunny, Gatling gunny type ones. You get these little... Oh no, I broke it. Run away. Like these cool little rocket launchers. Look at that. So yeah, you get a lot of different guns here, and I think that's really, really nice. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the bikes. I'm not going to go into too much detail showing these. I'm going to show you a couple of them, because I think the sculpts on them are really, really nice. And I want to show them off. But I'm going to do a painting video on a couple of these, and they're obviously going to feature in a lot of other stuff. So I don't really need to go too much into it. And they're really small, so the camera's going to struggle to pick it up. Look at that, straight away. It's like, I can't focus. But that's one of the guys with a little sidecar. He's got what looks like a bolt gun. Yeah, these guys here are really cool. It gives you a good example. Come on, camera. There you go. So you can see there. I love that guy. I've got about 3 of this guy. Blurry McBlurrington. You are kidding me. The camera's having none of it today. There you go. I hate working on this scale purely for that reason. My camera's good, but it's not amazing when it comes to scale-wise. But that's the guy I was talking about when he... There you go. It's got the hair going on. It's got the little lights. I think it looks quite alien. Loads of flash on it. Again, most of this flash is quite thick, so it's usable as stuff. And you get little extras, little tiny like power supplies, extra little guns. It's all really, really cool stuff. In terms of, do I think it's worth its price? Yes, I do. I can see why a lot of people are saying that they think they're quite expensive. But you think about it, on that table, there's about £30 worth of stuff. Bikes are like 5 points basic, or 5 cans basic, if you're using them for Gaslands, which of course would be what I was. So you get like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90 cans each. Some of it's more, obviously, because of sidecars. But you get like 90 cans worth for £10. Your rams, again, they're really nice quality. The armour plating's really, really nice. Of course, you can build your own with plastic art and things like that. And people are going to, and that's cool. You know, I've built my own for some of them. But the point is that there are models out there. Why not make use of them? So I'm not going to talk too much about it. For now, I'm going to do, you know, some more in-depth looks at it. I just wanted to kind of show off what had arrived. Plus, I'm kind of excited to get the craft knife on them and clean them up. It is resin, so you will need to wash them. And Ramshackle Games does have a little instructional picture, I believe it is, but it's quite a detailed one, like 20 odd steps, showing you how to get it from the post arriving all the way through to glued and painted on. And it does mention that you do need to wash them just in case there's any like resin solution or anything like that, which they use to, it's like a release agent that they use to help get the model out of the mold. Sometimes some of that stays on, so you really should wash them. But yeah, As always, guys, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I am sorry I didn't manage to keep this video under 15 minutes, but I was close, and that's the main thing. So, as always, guys, pray the dice gods. Hope they smile upon you. And if you're just getting into Gaslands, check out their website directly, and they've got loads of links to where you can buy the templates, dice, etc. So, thank you very much, and take care, guys. Bye.